So, power method for the determination of eigenvalues. This is power method is a method which is used to determine the eigenvalues of a matrix. So, this method is an iterative method. Power method is an iterative method. Iteratively, it is finding the eigenvalue. So, we can start from any arbitrary vector. Okay. So, multiply that arbitrary vector by the matrix, multiply it by the matrix. Okay. So, definitely we will have an output vector. So, matrix into vector will give an output vector. So, normalize that output vector. Normalize the output vector means take the largest value from that vector to outside. So, the remaining vector is the normalized vector. Okay. So, definitely the vector that we use to multiply with the matrix and this normalized vector will be different. So, for the next iteration, take this normalized vector, multiply the matrix by this normalized vector. So, it will give another vector. Again, normalize the new output vector. So, we have a new normalized vector. Okay. So, we have to continue this process. Okay, and we can stop when this normalized output vector and the initial normalized vector both are same, we can stop the process. Okay. So, please note this process is actually used to find the largest eigenvalue of the matrix. This power method is used to find the largest eigenvalue. Largest eigenvalue means largest distinctive real eigenvalue. For that purpose, power method is used. We can't find the complex eigenvalue. We can't find the repeated eigenvalue. We can't find the eigenvalue with opposite sign. That we can find. So, that one is the disadvantage of power method. Okay. So, we can start with an example. Through example, we can explain power method. So, find the eigenvalues of 3 by 3 matrix A is equal to 4 minus 1 1 1 1 1 minus 2 0 minus 6. Okay. So, we can start with any initial vector except 0 0 0. Don't take 0 0 0. You can take any other eigenvector. The better thing is take V is equal to 1 1 1. What is eigenvalue? If you are multiplying with a with a vector V, and if the resultant one is, if we can represent it as lambda V, where lambda is a scalar quantity and V is the same thing, then we can say lambda is a scalar quantity which is used to represent A. Is it okay? Then lambda is the eigenvalue and V is the eigenvector. Is it clear? So, that is actually eigenvector means. Okay. So, take any initial vector V. So, that is why I use V. So, this is not the eigenvector now. In order to find that eigenvector, we are using V. So, V is equal to 1 1 1. Okay. Now, what we have to do? Multiply A with this vector 1 1 1. So, what we have? What is this A into 1 1 1? So, that is equal to AV is equal to 4 minus 1 1 1 1 1 minus 2 0 minus 6 into 1 1 1. So, that is equal to 4 3 minus 8. Okay. So, this one is the resultant vector. Now, what is the largest element of this vector? Largest element of this vector is minus 8. So, take this minus 8 to outside. So, please note this output vector, we can write it as lambda V. So, by taking minus 8, we are taking lambda equal to minus 8, right? So, remaining one is a normalized vector V. So, take minus 8 to outside. So, we have minus 8 into, what about that? 4 divided by minus 8, it is minus 0.5. 3 divided by minus 8, it is minus 0.375. And last one is minus 8 divided by minus 8, we have 1. So now we have minus 8 into minus 0.5 minus 0.375 1. Is it okay? So please note this initial vector and this new normalized vector are not same. This particular one, this is a new vector, this one and this one are not same. So we have to continue this iteration. Now what is the next step that we have to do? We have to multiply the given matrix A, this is A with this new vector. Okay. So we have to take this V as the new vector for next iteration. Okay. So we are continuing our iteration. So for the purpose, take draw a column. Okay. Draw a column. Where one row is serial number. The next one is initial vector of the serial number or iteration. Now next one is a resultant vector. Now from the resultant vector, largest value is taken to outside, so that is lambda. The remaining one is a normalized vector V. So first one is the serial number, okay, 1. The next one is the serial number 2 or iteration number 2. So like that way we have to go. So in iteration number 1, what is the value? I told you we are taking 1 1 1. We just discussed in the previous slide. So this one is the initial vector. Is it okay? So now what is the resultant vector that we got? We got that is A into this V equal to 4 3 minus 8. Is it okay? So we are taking minus 8 to outside because this one is the largest element. So minus 8 is taken to outside. So what is remaining? Minus 0.5, right? Minus 0.375 and 1. So this one is a normalized vector. Okay, so this step we discussed in the last slide. Now we are going to start the second iteration. Is it okay? So in second iteration, what we have to do? We have to take this one is the vector V for this one, initial vector of this iteration. Multiply this V, so this is minus 0.5, right? Minus 0.375 and 1. So this is initial vector of second iteration. So multiply A with this vector. Okay. So it will give minus 0.625, minus 0.625, okay, 0.125, 0.125 and minus 5. Okay. So here what is the largest value? Largest value is minus 5. So take minus 5 to outside from this vector. So what is the resultant vector? Divide the entire elements by minus 5. We have 0.125, minus 0.025 and 1. So this is the second iteration. Now you can see that the previous resultant vector and the new resultant vector are different. So we have to continue. So take this one as the initial vector of next iteration, third iteration. So for third iteration, this one is taken as the initial vector. Multiply A with this vector. So this one is a resultant vector. So what is the largest value? Largest value is minus 6.25. So that one is taken to outside from this vector. So what is the remaining vector? So that is a resultant vector, that is, or new vector, that is minus 0.244, minus 0.176 and 1. Okay. So now these two are different. The current new vector and the previous one are different, so we have to continue. But here you can see one thing, the last element is 1. Means we are actually finding the third eigenvalue. We are actually finding lambda 3. And this is the third eigenvector V3. Okay. So please remember that. So take this one is the initial vector of next iteration. So now what we have to do, multiply A with this initial vector, which will give 0.2, 0.58 minus 5.512. Now what is the largest element? Minus 5.512 is the largest element. So that one is taken to outside, means taken to outside. So lambda is minus 5.512. If you are taking this one to outside, the remaining thing is minus 0.0363, minus 0.1052 and 1. So now this is the new vector, which is different from this one. So we have to continue the iteration. So we have to take this new vector as the initial vector of fifth iteration. Is it okay? So now what we have to do, multiply A with this initial vector. So what is the output vector? Output vector is 0.9601, 0.8585 minus 5.9274. And what is the largest value? The largest value is minus 5.9274. So that one is taken to outside. So if you are taking minus 5.9274, what is the remaining vector, normalized vector? That is minus 0.162, minus 0.1448 and 1. So this one is the resultant normalized vector, which is different from this one. So we have to continue this process. Okay. So we are continuing. Okay. So finally, after 22nd iteration, this value is minus 0.1157. This is minus 0.1306. And this is 1. Okay, so this one is multiplied with this matrix, A matrix, post multiplied with this matrix. So we have an output vector. So take minus 5.7684. So we will get the same thing, minus 0.1157 minus 0.1306 and 1. Means after 22nd iteration, this initial vector and the resultant normalized vector, output normalized vector will be same. These two will be same. If these two will be same, or if the 21st, here we have the same thing. So if these two are same, we can stop there. So means at a 22nd iteration, this one is converged. Okay. So at that point, we can say minus 5.7684 is the eigenvalue, and this resultant normalized vector is the eigenvector. So I told you that one is the third eigenvalue. So lambda 3 is equal to minus 5.7684, and corresponding eigenvector is V is equal to minus 0.1157, minus 0.1306 and 1. Okay. So something happened. Okay. So inverse method, inverse power method. So inverse power method is used to find the smallest eigenvalue. Please note, inverse power method is used to find the smallest eigenvalue. Actually, we are applying the power method itself. What we are doing? In order to find the smallest eigenvalue, we are finding first the inverse of the given matrix. Inverse of the given matrix is determined. And we are finding the largest eigenvalue of the inverse of A. Okay. So largest eigenvalue of inverse of A. That first we are finding using power method. And reciprocal of that largest eigenvalue of inverse of A, it will be the smallest eigenvalue of given matrix A. Okay. So this eigenvalue lambda r will be the reciprocal of smallest eigenvalue of original A, or smallest eigenvalue of original A will be the reciprocal of largest eigenvalue of the given, the inverse of A. So how it is possible? What is eigenvector? What is eigenvalue? A into the eigenvector is equal to eigenvalue into eigenvector. Now do one thing, move A to this side and lambda to this side. So what we have? We can write 1 by lambda into V, 1 by lambda into V is equal to A inverse into V. Is it okay? So we can write A inverse as A suffix I into V. Now here we can write the 1 by lambda as lambda r means the reciprocal of eigenvalue of A inverse, that is lambda r into V. Now from this equation, so if you are writing in reverse order, we can write AI into V. What is AI? Inverse of A. So AI into V is equal to lambda r into V. So what is the meaning? Lambda r is the eigenvalue of AI. Lambda r is the eigenvalue of A inverse. Am I correct? And V is the corresponding eigenvector. So if you are applying power method on this AI, lambda r is the largest eigenvalue of AI, that is inverse of A, lambda, and V is the corresponding eigenvector. Okay, so lambda r is the largest eigenvalue of A inverse. Then find its reciprocal. Why? Lambda r is equal to 1 by lambda or lambda is equal to 1 by lambda r. So taking the reciprocal of lambda r will give lambda, and definitely it will be the smallest eigenvalue of A. Lambda is the smallest eigenvalue of A in this particular case. And whose eigenvector is V? You can see that V is not changed. V is not changed. Okay. So both case the V is same. So through example, I think you can understand this process, inverse power method. So take the same matrix A. A is equal to 4 minus 1 1 1 1 1 minus 2 0 minus 6. We already determined the largest eigenvalue of this matrix. Now we are going to find the smallest one. Okay. So for the purpose, find the inverse of this A. So inverse of this matrix AI is equal to A inverse is equal to 0.2308, 0.2308, 0.0769 minus 0.1538, 0.8462, 0.1154 minus 0.0769 minus 0.0769 minus 0.1923. So this one is the inverse of A. Now start with an initial vector V is equal to 1 1 1. So multiply this AI with 1 1 1. So AI into V is equal to 0.2308, 0.2308, 0.0769 minus 0.1538, 0.8462, 0.1154 minus 0.0769 minus 0.0769 minus 0.1923 into 111. I am not writing the resultant vector. I am directly writing the corresponding largest value and the normalized vector. So I return algorithm like that way. Okay. So the eigenvalue, the largest value is taken to outside. If definitely you have some output vector. If you are using calculator, I am using an algorithm. So it is directly giving these two values. Okay. So the largest value is 0.8077, and the normalized vector is 0.6667, 1 minus 0.4286. Here you can see that this value is 1, means we are going to find the second eigenvalue. Okay, but this is not equal to the initial vector, so we have to continue. So draw a table, serial number, the initial vector, the largest value of output vector. I told you I returned the algorithm like this way, so it is not showing the output vector. There is no need to that. Directly it is finding lambda. It is not displaying output vector. Actually, it has to find output vector, but it is not displaying output vector. So this is lambda, the largest value of that output vector, and without that lambda, we have a normalized vector. Okay, output vector is normalized, so that is this. So first iteration, V is 1, 1, 1. That one is post multiplied with this matrix. So the largest value from that output vector is 0.8077, and the normalized vector, output vector is normalized, that is 0.6667, 1 minus 0.4286. Now this one will act as the new initial vector of second iteration, because these two are different. So for second iteration, this one is the new vector, initial vector. So 0.6667, 1 minus 0.4286 is the initial vector of second iteration. Post multiply this one with this matrix. So we have an output vector. Take the largest value, that is 0.6941. Okay. So after taking this 0.6941, the output vector is normalized, that is 0.5066, 1 minus 0.0660. Okay. So this is second iteration. Now you can see that this normalized vector and the initial vector are different, so we have to continue. So this vector is taken as the initial vector of next iteration. So it will give the largest value as 0.7606, and the new normalized vector is 0.4504, 1 minus 0.1357. Now this one is different from this value. So this resultant vector is taken as the initial vector of fourth iteration. So it will give the largest value as 0.7612, and the new normalized vector is 0.42601 minus 0.1123. Again, it is different from this value, so we have to continue. So the initial vector of fifth iteration is 0.42601 minus 0.1123. So the largest value is 0.7677, and the new normalized vector is 0.4174, 1 minus 0.1148. So continue this one. After 10th iteration, we have the initial vector is 0.4122, 1 minus 0.1129. Eigenvalue means largest value is 0.7697, and the new normalized vector is 0.4122, 1 minus 0.1129, means initial vector and the normalized vector are same. Means this one is the eigenvector and this one is the largest eigenvalue of AI. Not this one, A. We are multiplying with A. We are multiplying this initial vector with AI, not A. Repeatedly said, post multiply with this one, not this one, multiply with A. So multiplying with AI, this initial vector will give this largest value and this new vector, and we are continuing this. So after 10th iteration, multiplying this AI with 0.4122, minus 0.1129, we have 0.7697, that one is the largest value, and the resultant normalized vector is 0.4122, minus 0.1129. Means these two values are same, so we can take this one is eigenvector and this one is eigenvalue. So please note, the largest eigenvalue of AI, largest eigenvalue of AI is lambda R2 is equal to 0.7697. Okay. So what about the smallest eigenvalue of given A? So the smallest eigenvalue of given A, lambda 2 is equal to 1 by lambda R2, that is equal to 1 by 0.7697, that is equal to 1.2992. Is it okay? So we can conclude second eigenvalue of the given matrix is lambda 2 is equal to 1.2992 and corresponding eigenvector is V is equal to 0.41221 minus 0.1129. Is it okay? So this is the inverse power method. Okay. Okay. So now we have two eigenvalues, largest one and smallest one. What is the largest one? The largest one is minus 5.76 around, and the smallest one is 1.2992. How it is possible? Largest is minus 5.76 and smallest is 1.29. So please note here largest and smallest means magnitude point of view only. Okay. So this one is the third order system, means 3 by 3 matrix, and we have two eigenvalues. Now we have to find one more eigenvalue. So already we have two eigenvalues, both these eigenvalues are real. So automatically the third one will be the real eigenvalue. If it is complex, definitely it will have a counterpart. So as it is a 3 by 3 matrix, that is not possible because already we have two real distinctive eigenvalues. So in order to find the intermediate one, magnitude point of view, the intermediate one, we are using accelerating the power method or the shifting power method that we are going to use. Okay. So this is actually used to find the possible intermediate eigenvalue. This is actually accelerating the power method. It is used to increase the rate of power method convergence, but this is also used to find the intermediate eigenvalue. Okay. So for that purpose, say A is the given matrix whose intermediate eigenvalue is lambda and corresponding eigenvector is V. Right. Please note, now lambda is the intermediate eigenvalue and V is the corresponding eigenvector. So then we can write AV is equal to lambda V. So note it as equation number 1. Okay. So AV is equal to lambda V. Now we are going to subtract S into IV, that is equal to SV, from both sides of equation 1. Left side I am writing SIV because left side we have a matrix A, but right side we have lambda, that is a scalar quantity. So left side I am subtracting SIV, from right hand side I am subtracting SV, both are same actually. So equation number 1 gives AV minus SIV is equal to lambda V minus SV. AV minus SIV equal to lambda V minus SV. Okay. So here you can see that V is a common term, both sides V is a common term. So we can write A minus SI into V is equal to lambda minus S into V. So please note A minus SI into V is equal to lambda minus S into V. Okay. So now I am going to replace this part with A bar. A minus SI is A bar. So automatically this part is lambda bar. Lambda minus S is lambda bar, right? So we can write A bar V is equal to lambda bar V. A bar V is equal to lambda bar V. What is A bar? A minus SI. So what is lambda bar? The eigenvalue of largest eigenvalue. If you are using power method, lambda bar is the largest eigenvalue of A bar, that is nothing but lambda minus S. Okay. So please note, apply power method to find lambda bar, largest eigenvalue lambda bar of A bar. Then by using lambda bar is equal to lambda minus S or lambda equal to lambda bar plus S, we can find lambda. Okay. So the original eigenvalue of A will be what? Lambda is equal to lambda bar plus S. Okay. But please note, in both cases, V is not changing. So eigenvector is same. Okay. So please note how to proceed this one. So if you are using the previous problem, the largest eigenvalue, magnitude point of view, we have lambda 3 that is equal to minus 5.76 something. We have to take the exact value, and lambda 2 is equal to 1.29 something, lambda 2. So if you are selecting S is equal to largest one, S is equal to largest one. So S is equal to largest one means the second eigenvalue, the possibility, the position of second eigenvalue. First mark the lambda 3. So lambda 3 is somewhere here, minus 5.76. Okay. Lambda 2 is 1.29. What is the possible position of lambda 1? So this is lambda 3. This is lambda 2. What will be the position of lambda 1? It may be between 1.29 and 5.76. Somewhere in this range. Or it is in between minus 5.76 and minus 1.29. Because we are considering the magnitude only. So the lambda 1 may be negative or positive. If it is positive, in between these two. If it is negative, in between these two. So what we can do? What else we can take? We don't know clearly. So it's a trial and error method. First take the largest value, that is S is equal to minus 5.76. If it is not working, take smallest eigenvalue, that is 1.29. S is equal to 1.29. Means first take this value. Okay. Then take this value, smallest value. If these two are not working, then the negative of these two. Take this 5.76. If it is not working, this. Any one of these four will definitely work. We have only two eigenvalues, 1.29 minus 5.76. Find its negative also. So we have four values. First take minus 5.7, the actual largest value. If it is not working, take S is equal to 1.29. If it is not working, the negative of this one, S is equal to 5.76. If that one is also not working, take S is equal to minus 1.29. Okay. So we are going to apply this one. So we are asked to find the eigenvalues of A equal to this one. We already have two. We are going to find the third one. Magnitude point of view, definitely that one is an intermediate one. So for that purpose, we are using shifting power method. So take S is equal to the largest value. This is the largest value. So S is equal to minus 5.7684. So you have to find Si, where I is 3 by 3 identity matrix. Then subtract Si from this A. So that is A bar. A bar is equal to A minus Si. A bar is equal to A minus Si. So what we have? A minus Si is 4 minus 5.7684. So we have 9.7684. Then minus 1 minus 0, because identity matrix, so minus 1 minus 0, that is minus 1. Means only the diagonal elements are modified. Other elements are constant, because we are subtracting Si from A. So only diagonal elements are subtracted actually. So 1, then 1 minus 5.7684. So that is 6.7684. Then 1, then minus 2, 0, then minus 6 minus 5.7684, that is minus 0.2316. So this is A bar. Okay. So A bar is this one. Now we have to apply power method on this one. So take the initial vectors V is equal to 1, 1, 1. Post multiply this initial vector with this A bar. So what we have? We have, so I told you, so I return the algorithm which will not display the output vector. It will give the largest value and the normalized new vector. So the largest value is 9.7684 and new V is equal to 1.8976 minus 0.2285. Okay. So this one is the new normalized vector. So this one and the initial vector are different, so we have to continue. So we are going to draw the tabular column. Okay. So this step we already completed. This is the initial vector. Multiply this initial vector with A bar. We already have A bar, not this one, A bar. So it will give the largest value as 9.7684 and new vector is 1.8976 minus 0.2285. This is different from initial vector, so we are continuing our operation. So for the second iteration, this one is the initial vector, right? So post multiplying this one with A bar will give a largest value 8.6423. Okay, and the normalized vector, new normalized vector is 1.7923 minus 0.2253. Again, this is different from this value, so we have to continue. So for third iteration, initial vector is 1.7923 minus 0.2253. So it will give the largest value. So we have an output vector. After multiplying this one with A bar, we have an output vector. Take the largest value. So that is 8.7508. And the normalized vector is 1.7013 minus 0.2226. Okay. Now this one is acting as the initial vector of next iteration, fourth iteration. Post multiplying this vector with A bar, we have the largest value. We have an output vector whose largest value is 8.8445. Taking it to outside, we have a normalized vector 1.6246 minus 0.2203. So continue this. So after 32nd iteration, we have the initial vector is 1.3198 minus 0.2112. Multiply this one with A bar, post multiply it with A bar. So we have our output vector whose largest value is 9.2374. Taking this one to outside, we have normalized vector 1.3197 minus 0.2112. So you can see the initial vector of 32 iterations, 32nd iteration. Then and the resultant output vector, normalized output vector is same. Means this is V of A bar, means eigenvector of A bar, and 9.2374 is the eigenvalue of A bar, largest eigenvalue of A bar. Okay, and as this first element is 1, this definitely this one is a first eigenvalue. So lambda 1 bar is the largest eigenvalue of A bar, and that is 9.2374. Lambda 1 bar is 9.2374 is the eigenvalue of A bar. Okay, and what is lambda 1 bar? Lambda 1 bar is lambda 1 minus S, right? What we have? A minus S I into V is equal to lambda minus S into V. So this A minus Si is taken as A bar and lambda minus S is taken as lambda bar. So lambda 1 bar is lambda 1 minus S. So what is lambda 1? Lambda 1 is lambda 1 bar plus S equal to 9.2374 minus 5.7684, that is equal to 3.4690. So please note the third eigenvalue, the first eigenvalue, lambda 1, that one is intermediate eigenvalue, that is equal to 3.4690, and the corresponding eigenvector V is equal to 1.3197 minus 0.2112. Okay. So these are the three eigenvalues. So in order to find the three eigenvalues, we used the power method, which is used to find the largest eigenvalue, then inverse power method, which is used to find the smallest eigenvalue, and the shifted power method, which is used to find the intermediate eigenvalue. In this case, intermediate eigenvalue. In general case, intermediate eigenvalues. By substituting different s, we can find different eigenvalues. So what are the problems of power method? Okay, the problems are, when matrix has two eigenvalues of equal largest magnitude, the power method will fail. Please note, when matrix has two eigenvalues of equal largest magnitude, the power method will fail. Means this is applicable for complex eigenvalue. So at that point, the magnitude will be same. Two eigenvalues will have same largest magnitude. Okay. Then means if the complex eigenvalue is the largest one, then definitely its magnitude will be equal. So we have its complex pair also, so the magnitude will be same. Okay. Then if we have largest eigenvalues like -5 and +5, or -5 and -5, then we have two eigenvalues with the same magnitude. And if it is largest one, we can apply power method. Okay, so that is written here. Okay, so it will not converge. So if you have this situation, especially opposite, we have magnitude wise largest one, but two such eigenvalues are there with the opposite sign. So it will not convert, it will oscillate between two values. Definitely it will not. So that is the second case. Is it okay?